Howdy friendos, and welcome to our D&Dcember extravaganza, and our dedicated theme for Fridays is Cartoon Network, so be sure to follow us every week this month as we delve into 4 classic Cartoon Network characters. As for today, let's focus on the main villain of one of the legendary series to emerge, Samurai Jack. Following the journeys of a time-traveling Ronin from Japan's distant past, the samurai known as Jack is thrust far into the future by the overarching big bad of the series and brilliantly voiced Aku. Traveling the lands and looking for a way home, there hasn't been a show like Jack before or after. I mean, that's not entirely true, and I'm sure if someone were to correct me, they could comment down below after ringing that bell and doing all those things that YouTubers need you to do. And while it would be tempting to talk about Jack himself, we do need, of course, to talk about his opposite, the Shogun of Sorrows, the Master of Masters, the Deliverer of Darkness, Aku, the shape-shifting Master of Darkness. Aku was born at the beginning of the universe as the shapeless entity of darkness. Chased by the gods, he crash-landed on Earth in prehistoric Japan, recovering from his injuries but sealed. It was there where his fate would be forever entwined with the humanity and its greatest champion. Aku himself is evil incarnate, wanting to rule the world under his dominion. He deals to prosper and grow in power. He is eternal with very little weaknesses, but still operates life in his own way. It would be one thing if he were looking to kill the gods, but Aku is content to rule and prosper. Since we're starting out Aku at his literal earliest adventurer, we're actually going to be a bit more generous than normal and start Aku at true neutral. I know, that sounds weird because his name literally means evil. We know he's evil, but we're going to treat him like a force of nature. Even though in Pathfinder D&D settings there are creatures literally made from evil and are born evil, and I don't necessarily dislike them. But this isn't like Odin or Vishnu or Ra. As far as I can tell in the Samurai Jack universe, those rules don't necessarily apply. If we were dealing in Pathfinder or D&D, we absolutely would label him at neutral evil to start, but I don't think that's right here, especially since Aku is kind of a silly character. I don't know, if you disagree with me, feel free to comment down below. And if you're excited for this video, be sure to subscribe to the Call of Aku, like the video to appease the Shogun of Sorrow, share with your friends and loved ones to grow the Deliverer of Darkness's presence, ring the bell to learn of all Aku approved material, and leave your comments below for the Master of Masters. And with that out of the way, let's go.
I'd like a large... What? Huh? Extra...
In the beginning, there was darkness. Said darkness tried to escape in pursuit of a few gods. It fights back, but is nearly destroyed. However, one piece barely survives, floating away to a tiny little insignificant planet, Chaotic Neutral. Destroying the dinosaurs is a dick move, but it was unintentional. However, consuming the wildlife to regain power over the centuries is. Aku is sentient here because he is trying to defend himself, so we're actually just going to give this, like, 6 true neutrals. With outside help, Aku is free and takes shape. After blotting out the sun, Aku thanks the lowly human emperor for setting him free. After getting attacked, he chains the man up and attacks his village, Chaotic Evil. Waging war on humanity, Aku is surprised when the Emperor returns. Ready to brush off this insect, the Shogun of Sorrow is horrified when he's hurt. Aku fights back with an amazing show of force before he's sealed away. Wow, that was quick. I'm sure we'll never see Aku again, neutral evil. After years of imprisonment, Aku is set free. His first act is to get back to plunging the world into darkness. What's more is that he goes after the Emperor, intent on stomping out the one thing that stopped him. Despite the army's attempts, Aku is triumphant, neutral evil.
The great evil spirit has promised us great treasure.
Aku begins stamping out anything or anyone who could oppose him, and when he learns that the Emperor's son escaped Japan, Aku sends agents after him as he continues to rule. Lawful evil twice. With no one to stop him, Aku puts his subjects to work, enslaving them to mine resources. He targets the Emperor and enslaves him extra hard, working him to the bone in retaliation. Neutral evil, and then chaotic evil.
Is to summon the Master of Masters, the Deliverer of Darkness, the Shogun of Sorrow.
Called out by some unimportant hotshot samurai, Aku is once again ready to brush this off until he is harmed by a familiar sword. Realizing this is the son he was hunting for, Aku battles and loses to the Ronin. With his life endangered, Aku uses his powers to send the samurai into the depths of time, avoiding defeat narrowly. Neutral evil.
Long ago in a distant land, I, Aku, the shape-shifting Master of Darkness, unleashed an unspeakable evil. But
This is just, so good. It just oozes style and personality. I love it. Oh god, we have a lot to talk about. With no one left to oppose him, he conquers the world and molds it into his image. So let's go over each of the big things he does.
When an omen appeared, a black moon blocked out the sun. It grew and grew until it ate the sky and land.
Following the close call with the samurai, Aku scours the world and eliminates any warriors or powers that could oppose him. For hotshot heroes looking for power, Aku creates a trap to eliminate or possess them. As for civilians, Aku uses agents and eventually robots to keep his population under control. Chaotic evil 3 times.
As it was placed there by an ancient spirit who gave the jewel special powers that would give it control over all the waters of the world. See? No.
Conquering lands, Aku amasses power, wealth, and control over resources. And while not all of his conquests are successful, Aku is able to control most natural resources. Even nature isn't safe, as Aku destroys forests just to prove his power. Neutral evil 3 times.
Since the beginning of history, the immortal Aku has ruthlessly ruled the Earth, plundering its resources as he sees fit. But it was still not enough.
After mining his world for resources, Aku turns to the stars. He brokers deals with planets while keeping a tight border control on Earth. Criminals are welcome and used to disrupt peaceful settlements, as they could be a breeding ground for hope. For anyone hoping to escape, Aku keeps them locked up to ensure no one does. Chaotic evil 3 times.
No, I must return to my own time so that I might undo Aku's evil reign before it envelops the earth. This ageless demon must be stopped.
And finally, the time skip. Aku runs Earth this way for centuries. Since the past was roughly around the 1500s or 1600s, Aku's been active for hundreds of years. The dude is taking Voldemort's most dings crown. Lawful evil, let's go 15 times. God, even Aku is so low that he'll just sell his face off to shill something. How evil, how vile. Not like us, when you can check out our products over at LoadingCrewCrafts.com, where all of our dockies are made of 2-way tricot, are silky smooth to the touch, and always the cool side of the pillow. I'm also working on a new Pathfinder PDF. It should be done by the time this video is out, but I don't know, I'm recording this video in November. LoadingCrewCrafts.com, head there today.
And all the oceans that were once our home are gone. We have searched long and hard to find a planet with oceans rich enough to sustain our people.
Meeting with a group of alien refugees looking for a home, Aku admits he polluted the planet himself. He sends one backtalker to the pit of hate before letting the aliens call Earth their home, so as long as they pay tribute to his honor. Lawful evil.
An ancient warrior of great power and skill has revealed himself.
Aku learns that pesky samurai has returned after being flung through time. Not worried, Aku sends more drones to the problem, hoping it can be quashed. Even when that fails, he promises to defeat the newly named Jack. Neutral evil.
Master Aku will pay us greatly for your destruction.
When Jack proves to be a thorn in his side, Aku offers one of the highest bounties he can have. Entire towns and intergalactic bounty hunters are tempted by the reward and will hunt Jack down in dozens of episodes. Lawful evil.
What are you looking at?
Receiving a prophetic dream that Jack is close to a way back in time, Aku disguises himself as a woman named Ikra. He tells a story mirroring Jack to gain his trust before joining him. Destroying the relic, Aku mocks Jack before running away. Chaotic evil. Watching Jack spiral after a bounty hunter brawl, Aku uses his foe's rage to his advantage. He creates Mad Jack, a mirror filled with Jack's internal rage, to kill himself. It doesn't work, but it's a theatrical effort from Aku. Neutral evil.
What is happening?
Aku makes a deal with the oppressed citizens of Oceanus to draw Jack into a trap. While he promises to give them better living conditions, Aku can't help but gloat on how he won't honor the agreement. He ultimately fails and slinks away when Jack is free. Chaotic evil, because why?
Who dares to summon? Oh, it is you.
Learning some mobsters have obtained a gem he wanted, Aku is ready to cut a deal when they're surprised by an undercover Jack. Aku is narrowly saved and teleports himself to a city and put distance between himself and Jack. Lawful neutral.
What happened?
Ow! I hate being a coup! I don't want to be him anymore! I want to be Jack!
Okay, this is hilarious. Aku realizes that Jack is growing in popularity among his subjects, especially with children. Realizing the problem on his hands, Aku attempts to tell children fairy tales as propaganda for himself. It's a smart plan, even if it doesn't work technically. Chaotic neutral.
At last, my quest has come to an end.
Knowing Jack's ultimate goal, Aku begins hunting down any means of time travel to capture or destroy it. This will continue for several episodes as Aku hopes to trap Jack from disrupting his rule. Chaotic evil.
They came from nowhere.
Let's talk about something unique to Aku. His essence. There are several times throughout the series that Aku will leave his essence to either trap or empower an enemy. In this case, some robots are able to withstand Jack's sword. Aku can't control them unless he's actively conscious of it. Otherwise, it's just a bluff. We'll give it a nice neutral evil since these robots are designed to destroy Jack anyway, even if he's not controlling them. Frustrated that Jack has slipped through his fingers for so long, Aku offers a reward to his best hunters in the universe to capture Jack. Mind you, we don't know if Aku is willing to honor this deal with the guys or not. Still, Aku is close to victory before they let Jack go and leave. Lawful evil.
Has not yet been destroyed, but now I, Aku, Dark Lord of all darkness, will make the final move.
Hiring internally, Aku hires his top assassin, Damongo. Too bad this fails when a beaten and weakened Damongo asks for forgiveness. Aku just nopes him. Chaotic evil, actually. Why would you do that?
I am once again here to drop upon you all the majestical, sounderific beats of the Master!
As it turns out, Aku hasn't given up on controlling the young kids. He sent a DJ out to create brainwashing music to cause mayhem in the towns. This does work for a while, but is another plan thwarted by Jack. Lawful evil. Pissed off while monitoring Jack, Aku sends another death trap. Aku goes necromancer and brings out the dead. Obtaining Jack's sword, Aku goes in for the kill before learning that he can't wield it. Curse you, alignment-specific weapons! Beat it again! Aku flees. Neutral evil. Following his recent failure, Aku enslaves the immortal minions of Set. Impressed when they dismember his robot minions, Aku calls rank and honor, demanding that they kill a nearby Jack. And say it with me, folks, this does not work. Lawful evil.
Never heard of it. I'm a hermit, after all. And I have little time for vagrants. What is your business?
Learning of the artifacts of Cronus, the Titan of Time, Aku disguises himself as a hermit to lure in Jack. Hoping to use the old Ikra trick again, Aku lets Jack gather the components for him and obtain ultimate power. He resurrects the Titan to slay Jack, only to be defeated. Aku gets wrecked, fleeing after the artifacts are destroyed. Neutral evil. Aku takes a page out of most teen books and hires a robot ninja to take care of his problems. I'm going to hazard a guess that you know how this goes. Lawful evil.
destroy him.
Ooh, yeah, okay, so this is what I was referring to earlier. Aku is under the weather during a Jack strike and infects the samurai. This piece of Aku grows inside Jack, stealing and driving Jack to violence. Aku eventually seizes control and destroys another time portal before he's purged from Jack, chaotic evil.
Yes, Chamberlain. What pitiable persons have you brought before my all-enshrouding Aku-ness?
Learning that alien royal refugees landed on Earth, Aku hears of their plight. After hearing how they only want time to repair their ship and leave, the Lord of Darkness mocks them, destroys their robot, and enslaves them. Bear in mind, Aku doesn't know them or have a stake in their plight. He's just a monstrous dick, chaotic evil.
Yes, that's it. I'd like a large... What? Huh? Extra thick!
Frustrated by the quality of assassins he's hiring, Aku finally decides to take matter into his own hands. Arriving before Jack, he offers a proper duel to the death the following day on the condition that Jack doesn't use his sword. Lawful evil. Arriving to their duel, Aku does battle in human form and quickly gets stomped. He begins cheating by both using superhuman feats and sending minions out to find the sword. With the plan falling apart, Aku runs away, knowing Jack is too powerful with or without his sword, chaotic evil.
Ages ago, Aku slowly rose to power and enslaved the world.
Following his ass whooping, Aku looks for one of his best robots he's created, X-49. To get him to cooperate and hunt down Jack, Aku steals his dog. No, fuck you. That's a low, even for you, man. Come on. Chaotic evil. Realizing he'll never beat Jack, Aku opts for a new tactic to wait out the clock. He destroys the final time portal and gloats to Jack that there will be no way home. Turning some baby rams into monsters, Aku leaves ready to watch Jack die. Chaotic evil. With his Jack problem seemingly dealt with, Aku goes back to ruling the world. Impressed by a group of worshippers known as the Daughters of Aku, he leaves them a piece of his essence for them to worship. Ironically, this leads to his greatest triumph, but his ultimate defeat, lawful neutral.
Time has lost its effect on me.
It's business as usual for Aku. Minions are sent to destroy towns and assassins are sent to eliminate Jack at their leisure. However, Aku learns that Jack is now ageless and can't die. Locked into a stalemate where waiting out the clock isn't an option, and he can't fight Jack without being destroyed, Aku avoids another fight for 50 years, approving of any project to destroy Jack and trying to play it off like it's no big deal. Lawful evil 3 times and neutral twice for just dragging his feet. Of course, this has led to a new problem for Aku, resistance. More freedom fighters led by the Scotsman have attacked Aku more regularly. Aku is feeling constant frustration during his funk, stomping them out but feeling Jack's shadow all the while, lawful evil. Sulking alone, Aku learns that his latest assassin, Scaramouche, that Jack has lost his sword. Thrilled that his one weakness is gone, Aku restores Scaramouche to full health, celebrates, and rushes off to the final battle. Cinema actually put a neutral good here, but I'm gonna go with chaotic neutral. I don't think he did this out of the kindness of his heart.
Samurai Jack.
Face to face with Jack, Aku discovers his information is outdated and blows up Scaramouche in retaliation. Chaotic evil. Aku senses a piece of him inside Ashi, a former member of the Daughters of Aku. Realizing that he has a weapon that Jack can't beat, Aku manipulates Ashi into his unwilling puppet. At long last, Aku is won. Lawful evil.
Ago in a distant land, I, Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness, unleashed an unspeakable evil.
Say what you want about this final episode, but this joke here is actually pretty good. Aku broadcasts to the world his victory with the intent on executing Jack and destroying any chance of hope. However, he's thought about Jack's death for so long that he can't decide how to kill him, eventually letting Ashi pick chaotic evil. It's cameo queens to the rescue, and Aku is distracted by the new army. Still being all-powerful, he begins killing everyone in his path. When things get tough, Aku pulls the classic DM trick, and say it with me, everyone, rocks fall, everybody dies. And what's worse, that Ashi breaks free of her control and uses Aku's powers to send Jack back in time. Aku is horrified, realizing that he lost in a very Nat 1 ending. Yeah, chaotic evil. Well, I know Voldemort originally held the most dings in King of Evil, but I think that's been usurped by Aku. The dude had centuries to rule, and within that time he ruled with an iron fist, and he was absolutely evil. So yeah, I think Aku kind of wins for character who lasted the longest on this show too. I could be wrong. It's easy to understand why people like him, and I reiterate back to the Ganondorf video that there's nothing wrong with a mustache-twirling evil guy stomping out and ruining people's day. And I'm pretty sure that this is actually going to be one of my more viewed videos this month, because weirdly enough, like, obviously evil villains do great on this channel. Sometimes it's good to see a complex villain grappling with the hand that they were dealt with and the toll it takes on them. And while the adult timeline Ganondorf is fascinating, and Sephiroth is kind of tragic, I guess, you know, there's nothing like that to Aku. Aku is just a villain that knows he's evil and he's having a great time with it. He lies, cheats, and hams it up in every scene. And yeah, there's no harm in that. It's good having a conniving, backstabbing asshole. It doesn't really hurt the story. Everyone remembers Samurai Jack pretty well. Except that ending was really rushed. And what's better to judge that than to stay tuned next week for when we actually cover Samurai Jack himself. As for tomorrow, let's focus on another god who covets earthly desires. Thank you to the patrons, and I'll see you all next time.